Welcome, everyone, to the MVL. It's the MVL Game of the Week on WHIZ-TV, brought to you by Century National Bank. We are in Thornville. Tri-Valley Scotties on the road to take on the home Sheridan Generals. Kevin Rouch with you tonight, alongside, as always, the coach, Doug Clifford. And, Coach, this is one we've had on the calendar for a while.
Oh, you bet. You can put this on the calendar, I think, just about every season. This boils down to who's going to have control of the MVL almost every season.
Sheridan comes in. You just saw their team run onto the field. And there you have the standings. They are the only undefeated team in league play. Their only loss we actually had at the very first game of the season. Licking Valley was here and got them. But they have run the table since. Tri-Valley, a couple of losses on the season. One of those a non-conference to Zanesville. One in conference. So they're just a game behind. John Glenn also a game behind. Sheridan actually beat John Glenn by just a point earlier in the season, 13-12. And let's talk about this Sheridan team first, Coach. Their story has been how good their defense is this year.
Well, no doubt. I mean, they had such a great cast of skilled players last year, led by Ethan Heller, who could just about do anything on the football field he wanted. This year, it's defense. The defense has won their games for them. They've gotten some leads, held on. They've come from behind once or twice, but defense is the name of the game this year for the Generals.
Nate Johnson, their quarterback, and we're going to talk about a couple of quarterbacks tonight, Coach, that have been dinged up a little bit in this season. Nate Johnson last week got hit pretty hard in the first half. Played the whole game, though, and he'll be out there tonight, the junior. For the Tri-Valley Scotties, talking about their years, you see them get ready to kick off in their white jerseys, their white road attire. But this is a team that you just don't know. I mean, they've just been a little inconsistent in their play, but they could come in here and dominate. Their quarterback, however, Aiden Fritter, coming back from an injury.
Yes, he has a badly bruised foot, and the way you describe Tri-Valley is the exact way their head coach, Kevin Fell, described them to me before the game. Says, we've played well, but we're just way too inconsistent.
Kick is away. That's Morgan Williamson, their kicker, and he'll kick it into the end zone. We saw him warming up, and that's going to happen in that direction probably every time. A little bit of wind going that way, and he'll launch it into the end zone. So Sheridan will start their play at the 20-yard line, the home team getting the first possession of this one. And, again, it will be interesting to see. Well, we were talking about the defense. These teams' rushing defense, they're first and second in the area.
That's right. And I think that when I read the composite statistics for the league, we used to call them the meaningless and worthless statistics. But the one that we always paid attention to was the rushing defenses, and these are the two best in the area.
So a handoff first thing, and there's the defense hitting him a couple of yards from the line of scrimmage. And on the carry, looked like Will Hamilton with the football. Then you saw him bounce out of there, but the whistle had been blown quite a bit before that. And that's who's going to, it will be Hamilton in the backfield. Johnson at quarterback. Quick throw out into the flat, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, Landon Russell.
Boy, Russell was wide open. The Tri-Valley defense had played off, and he cut underneath. Two guys ran deep from that side. There were trips on that side. Russell ran a quick out. Would have been open and no doubt had a first down. That ball was way overthrown.
Johnson had a couple of people in his face. And it's going to be a late snap, but they're not going to stop play. Throw over the middle is knocked down a little bit behind the intended receiver, Shea Taylor.
Trey Cannon got that hand up just in time, and had he not, that could have been a big play for the Generals because he was the deepest guy on the field.
You can see Nate Johnson, he just double clutched a little bit there, Coach.
But I thought it was going to be a penalty too.
I think there was a lot of movement before the snap. I think the center might have been off account. But no call on it, and that would have stopped play because it would have been illegal procedure. But as it stands, it's a 4th down and long.
Great start for the Scotties defense, 3 plays and out.
Kick away. And good punt. We'll get a bounce Sheridan's way. We'll go out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, and that's where Tri-Valley will get started. And they'll be missing tonight one of our favorite names, Jordan Pantaleo, who was in street clothes tonight, one of the running backs. But they've got a good one in Blake Sands, who actually leads the area in scoring and is second, I believe, in rushing in the area. So we're going to see some healthy doses of him, I would imagine.
Oh, no doubt about that. He's a talented young man.
So Fritter, the quarterback. And Sands will get the handoff coming up the middle, and he'll get out to about the 41-yard line.
Coming into tonight's game, Sands has 576 yards on 79 carries for a 7.3 yards per carry average.
And just to correct myself, he's third in the area.
Right, he's third.
But Pantaleo was fourth, so he's going to get those carries as well. So we'll see how he does tonight. He gets 4 yards on his first carry, looking to throw as Fritter has a receiver right about the stick as grabbing it.
Yeah, we may have
looks as though it's DJ Cross out there.
I think they're going to call that third down.
Yep, just a little bit short. Had to go to his knees coming back to the ball.
Good start for Fritter. Anytime your quarterback throws that first one in there, it makes you, it gives you a good shot of confidence from both your player and the coaching staff.
Third down and less than a yard. Sands bounces it around. Let's see, did he get there? Yeah, they're going to say he did. Not by a lot. Again, this Sheridan defense is pretty stout all year long. And they had a chance to stop him. He just got enough as he fell forward. Did Blake Sands, the junior. So a big first down out at the 48. And Sands will lean forward to midfield. And when they run that zone read with Fritter, and he looks like he's got a bit of a brace on one of those legs, my guess is more often than not he's going to be handing it off without a read.
He may be reading a different script.
Well, he's reading how his leg feels.
You bet.
And that's tough. I'll tell you, give him credit. He is out there. And it is not easy to run the show when you're not 100%. Again, Sands with the carry, and he'll cut it up. Able to get a little bit of ground inside Sheridan territory.
Well, that was the counter. Yeah, that was a counter from the backside, Kevin, and the left guard or right guard and right tackle pulled, but Sands broke the play outside the blocking scheme. He must have looked plugged up in the middle. And he just took it to the outside.
Andrew Slatzer on the tackle from his defensive back spot, senior. So third down and just about 4 yards to go. Maybe 4 down territory. Hard to say right here, Coach. And Sands going to come out, able to get outside the contain, and he'll have the first down. Critical block at the edge that time, Coach.
Boy, it was. It was a great block out there. It looked like it was number 5 on that block.
It was. That's Keaton Williams.
Nice block, Keaton.
Pretty good athlete all the way around. One of the leading receivers for this team.
Had I been looking at that play, the way it started, and as deep as Sands was running the ball, I would have thought that was going to be a play for little or no gain. He turned it into a first down.
Yeah, Williams really sprung him on it. Little play action, got the receiver complete.
Nice catch, nice pass. Caden Carpenter on the catch.
So play calling, mixing it up a little bit. And you got to figure that's what you've got to do against this Sheridan team. You probably have to throw it a little bit more than you'd want to.
Aiden Fritter's been right on the money in both passes. And the good thing about both those passes, no one but his receiver had a chance for either one of those passes. It could not have been knocked down or intercepted or anything else.
Just the way you coach it up.
There's the keeper.
It is Fritter going to keep it. And because they felt the same way that I did about his possibility of running, big gain for the junior quarterback.
Logan Morse, 6'2", 245-pound junior interior lineman, ran that play down from behind.
Or it could have gone a lot further.
Sheridan uses the 4-2 alignment for defense.
Second down and short, and Sands going to be hit behind the line. Great defense that time by Jess Studer, or Studer, let me say that right.
Nice play, nice tackle.
That was a stud play, but
Yes,
it is by
was.
Studer. So makes it 3rd down. And still about a yard to go. It was about a half a yard now, a full yard.
Great time for a pass play here.
And nope, they're just going to go with Sands. He's got plenty of room in the middle.
Going to go for the sure thing.
Boy, good blocking in the middle
man.
of things. One of the guys that helped it go was A.J. Collins in the middle of things.
I see the offensive center, Caden King. He's as deep as a running back. He's blocking his man all the way down the field. Nice job by that interior line for Tri-Valley.
Well, Collins, a little bit of a pancake block to help the cause that time. Fritter mixing in the throw here on 1st down. Did he get his foot down?
Boy, it looked like he did to me.
Referee running down like he did. Yep, he's going to say he did.
Yes, he did. He only has to have one toe in bounds.
We'll watch it here and we'll see. I don't know. Pretty close.
I'd have to see it in slow motion to make a call on that one.
Yeah, that was.
But I can tell you this: everybody that has on a red shirt thinks he was out of bounds.
Absolutely. That referee had a line of sight down the line. So 1st down, Sand's going to go in the middle. Well, I tell you, he does not go down easily, and there's some big fellas in there.
It'll be interesting to see how well he does tonight, knowing that he doesn't have number 33 to share the backfield with.
Yeah, we'll see how he does in the second half will be telling. 3rd down and a couple of yards to go. Big play here. Of course, they've got a good kicker, so they can do what they want.
Fake counter,
faking and going, he's going to get into the end zone. I'll tell you, both times he held on to it in this drive, Coach, he was very successful. I don't think Sheridan was looking for it.
I don't think he's worried about that sore foot.
Well, he'll worry about it a little bit when he's over and the adrenaline dies down. But it sure was – adrenaline got him into the end zone from 7 yards out.
Well, that was an interesting call because they pulled a backside guard and tackle. They had the backfield action looked like they're going to run the counter to Sands. And Fritter pulls it out, takes it himself, nearly walked in the end zone.
Kick is up and good. And on the kick, Caden Bay. And just like that, 7-0 on their first drive of the evening. Tri-Valley takes lead. We'll take a quick break. The Scotties with the lead on the road. Tri-Valley takes the lead. Their first drive gets into the end zone. A long drive put together, mix of pass and run. And, Coach, I think the play, by the way, beautiful shot.
Oh, my, yes. Great camera work.
Tim Cox down on the field.
We're going to have a run back.
At about the 2-yard line. And a lot of room in the middle. And there's the kicker able to make the stop. But not before a gain all the way out to the 40-yard line. That was Logan Ramst. First time we've called his name. It will not be the last tonight.
Nice tackle by Morgan Williamson.
Yeah, Williamson kicked it off and then played his position as that safety.
He kicked it. He made a tackle. Had to go out and get his own tee. I mean, come on, Coach. You guys
That's a lot of work.
You should have a caddy or something out there for that guy.
So good field position for the Generals. Let's see how they respond to the scoring drive by Tri-Valley.
Great start for Tri-Valley. They're in a 3-4 type defense.
And
bounce.
Good penetration and great tackle. Getting slicing into the backfield was Ben Williams.
Ben Williams says, "Welcome to the carpet."
Yeah, he figured out a way to join the party in the backfield. And a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage by Will Hamilton. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, Coach Culver was telling me before the game that play action pass has been their best aspect of their passing attack. If you don't fear the run, you don't fear the play action pass.
And again, great defense at the point of attack. This time it is Blake Sands.
Yeah, don't think he's just a a one-trick pony. Blake Sands is just as good a defensive player as he is an offensive player.
Yeah, that was a form tackle right there. Loss of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
This is exactly what Tri-Valley wants to do to the Sheridan offense. Put them in 3rd down in long situations, and then they can, pardon the pun, turn the dogs loose on the pass rush.
Pin the ears back. So passing situation coming up for Sheridan.
Have an inside linebacker bluffing the blitz. Outside linebackers are coming.
Play action over the middle, and again, just a little tall, and what we've seen so far, just overthrowing a bit. And make it 4th and long, punting situation for the Generals.
Well, Nathan Johnson was really disappointed in himself on that throw. He knew if that ball's on target, he's got a 1st down. Came off the field really disappointed in himself. You'll get another try, Nathan. Hang in there, buddy.
So 2nd punt of the night for Sheridan.
Wow.
Almost blocked. Fair catch called for, taken by Shea Taylor, and that's where the Scotties will get started. 39-yard line in their own territory. But I'll tell you, Coach, their first drive, they really mixed up their play calling well, and I think that Sheridan really just keying on Blake Sands gave Fritter some avenues. His 2 runs were critical in that drive.
Well, you have to key on Sands. He's too good not to. And that time, Bradshaw for Tri-Valley nearly blocked that punt. He's wondering how he didn't right now. I think we called that name a good many times when we saw the Zanesville game.
Yeah, we sure did. Fritter looks to throw to start this drive. There's Sands, and able to get by 1 tackler.
Put that left hand down, kept himself from going down on the initial hit.
So a short gain that time. Actually, they're going to mark it back at the 41, a couple of yards on the play. That was maybe not the most generous spot for that.
No, it wasn't at all.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Scotties.
Sheridan staying with their 4-man defensive line front.
And there's Sands and bounces it. Boy, good vision to find the hole off to the right. That's not where it was designed. And Sands will be about a yard short. Be 3rd and 1 at the 48.
I think Blake Sands is going to employ the run where they aim.
Yeah, he's got quick feet to move away from the intended hole and find one that worked.
Big play for the Sheridan defense. One more 1st down, and the Skies are in 4 down territory.
And Sands,
I think he's going to be short.
I don't think he got there. Depends where they run in from, and I think he is short.
Well, that's a good spot here from the ref on our sideline, but I think it's a little short.
Yeah, I don't think he got it. It's close. Will they measure?
Nope. It's short, but I don't think they're going to punt. No, I think you can. I think the punter can
just have a seat.
You bet. Well,
they are going to measure. So we'll see, and I don't know that it matters really. But that might have been a generous spot looking at the play. So Tri-Valley's had it both ways on this drive. They had one that probably should have been a little further. So it all evens out.
That's right. That's right.
All evens out. And by the way, if you've ever tried to referee in your lifetime, you will know that it is not a very easy job. It's always easy when we've got a monitor that replays it in slow motion.
I always wonder about the referees at the major college and professional level. Every call they make is second guessed now by film.
Lots and lots of people, and it is just a little bit short.
Yep.
He put up about a foot. It is far less than that. It may be 2 or 3 inches. But yeah, so we don't mean to be tough in this era when people are way too tough on the officials.
And these guys do a great job week in, week out, and they're paid for their effort, but they're not paid that much.
And just remember, they've got a lot of guys running around them at full speed in pads. So it's easy to sit up where we are tonight. All right.
4th down.
4th down and just a little.
See if Fritter keeps this.
Fritter is going to keep it, and he will get the 1st down. And they stayed with him a little bit that time. They were keying on him just a little bit, but able to find, and you can see they had a chance, but Fritter did a good job putting his foot in the dirt or in this case, the turf, and got an extra yard.
We are seeing that from today's quarterbacks. We saw it last week with Cade Miller at Crookston. He wanted that ball in, on those critical situations, and so did Fritter. Oh, nice pass and catch. Wow.
That was about as good as you can do it right there. You watch this. I mean, he threw it on his turn. He put it, as Coach mentioned earlier, just a place that he could get it.
I think both feet were in bounds. With this being a Saturday broadcast, I was going to say this is a catch you usually see on Saturdays. And by
it
golly,
really is.
It really is.
Keaton Williams on the catch. So another big first down now inside the 40. Sands will get it. Bounces off one would-be tackler, and he'll have another first down. Boy, again, this is just some great play calling by the coaching staff on the Tri-Valley side.
Well, they opened the series with passing on first down. Now they come back with a run on first down. They may have gained a – they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10 again.
Linemen doing a great job up front in the
Sheridan,
play calling. And you know who gets hurt the most are linebackers. You just don't know where to go.
That's right.
Because with the play action pass and then the running, and this time they'll come in from behind. Good defensive effort by Aiden Smith.
Well, Tri-Valley is also using a rollout passing attack on a couple of their throws. And, that takes away most of the pass rush. It limits to where you can throw the ball, but it does reduce the guys that can be a factor on the pass rush because you just run away from them.
A yard on the play. And play action, looking to throw, going over the middle. He's got a receiver there, just too much. He had Keaton Williams up the seam and just put a little too much air under it.
Keaton Williams was behind the nearest defensive back, behind both of them. And, man.
Yeah, I think that's one Fritter would like to have back. He's been so accurate.
And a couple of the Sheridan DBs are feeling the heat on that one because they were burned, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think they are relieved to have seen
no doubt.
the arc of that football.
No doubt. You don't want to come off the field, face your coach, and say, yeah, we both got beat deep.
3rd down and 9.
Reverse.
Here comes
Ball's on the ground.
It's on the deck. And still being batted around. I think Tri-Valley might have got back on.
I don't know. I think the red shirt has that thing.
Nope, Tri-Valley's got it.
Okay.
Wow.
4th down.
Jumping on the ball was Rob Wachter from his wide receiver spot. And
that play blew up on the second handoff. That thing, the reverse
was
guy
Wachter.
never had a handle on it. Okay, see what kind of kick we're going to have here.
So 4th down, back out at the 37. Game of field position now going to be played, I would think. As I believe it is Morgan Williamson coming out to punt it. It is.
Oh, boy, what a great place for a fake punt.
He'll go all the way back.
Oh,
and he'll
nice
just
pooch kick.
kind of half kick it.
Oh.
But it gets a bounce.
Man.
And then ended up bouncing back out. So
Just
Sheridan bent a little bit in that, but did not break.
Great outcome for the Generals on that defensive effort.
And if anything, maybe a little unlucky they didn't recover the punt. The fumble. And it is not 2 points. We just want to let you know. Still 7-0. Sheridan will get it.
Well, I'm sure
We'll just see when we do, we just are anticipating.
Yes.
Let's see what happens here. So Johnson at quarterback. And they'll send the blocking back across the way. Johnson will fake, keep himself, and he'll get out over the 20 to the 24-yard line.
I think this was going to come back. Unless it's a face mask.
Yeah, let's see if we can.
It's a hold.
I think it's going to be a hold. And I think it was out by one of the wide receivers, maybe. Well, I don't know. I can't. It's not where the flag is.
No,
necessarily.
that came from the judge behind the quarterback.
There was a little dancing going on in the secondary. And it will be holding all the way back inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, the Generals aren't making it easy on themselves, that's for sure.
But they've got to feel pretty good that it is still just 7-0. Because Tri-Valley has come in with a good game plan tonight.
Yes, they have.
So now 1st and 21 as we're in the last minute of this first quarter. And again, just great speed by the Tri-Valley secondary.
Boy, that's exactly what I was thinking, Kevin. I mean, that ball is out there, and 3 guys just descend on that play immediately. I mean,
Yep.
one in the middle, one from the outside, one from the inside. Perfect execution by the defense.
Alec Ogle was the receiver, senior. So actually 19 yards to go. 2nd down and 19.
You
But
know,
that may do it for this quarter, Coach, as we're ticking on down. They'll go all the way down to the other side of the field. It's been a good first quarter. We expected a defensive battle, but Tri-Valley's been able to move the football. We'll see how things develop in the second quarter. 7-0 Tri-Valley leading here at Sheridan. We begin the second quarter here at Sheridan. Kevin Rowland, the coach, Doug Clifford with you tonight. 2nd down and 19 for the Generals after a holding penalty. And it's got a receiver. They're trying to run the little hook and lateral out there. I think that's what they were doing.
I think they're going to give him a completed pass, though. The ball hit the carpet there on a handoff. Yes, they are. It's going to be a well-executed play in the first half of it.
Do you think that was the intended?
I definitely think it was.
Because the spacing was a little close.
Yep.
Usually you have a guy kind of running, then he'll flare out to
Right.
get that lateral. But it ends up being a good play, and it'll make it 3rd down and a more manageable, long, short 9, we'll call it.
Tri-Valley came with the blitz with their outside linebackers on that play. Inside backers coming this time.
Throw from Johnson, again, just a little tall for the intended receiver. Trying to get Lucan Hill out there, who is 6'5", but could not go up and get that one and make it 4th and long. You can see here, Coach, it doesn't look like he's just stepping into the pass with authority, and it's probably because he's a little dinged up, to be honest, because when you sit on that back foot, your elbow tends to make it fly out of your hand.
Well, that's not his, drop back passing 35 times a game is not Nathan Johnson's game.
No,
his game is the play action pass after an effective running attack and kind of catch the defense sleeping and make a good throw. And right now he's not had that opportunity much.
Great snap back, but a short kick. That's Jalen Goins-Chandler, and he'll finally be tripped up. Looked like he might get going, but ended up going east and west, and good coverage by Sheridan.
Corey Amspaugh on that tackle, just wouldn't let loose of that laundry. Nice tackle.
Well, we
and
got
there's
a couple
flag
of flags,
down, too.
a couple of them back there.
Usually when a guy changes fields on the return like that, somebody gets caught in the wrong blocking angle and get a block in the back.
That's a personal foul. Wow.
Oh, my.
And that's a crackback, I think.
Could be.
Yep. Not a usual signal we see,
No.
so that is one of the points of emphasis this year, those crackback blocks. We see it at all levels.
It's a nice punt.
And let's see if we can tell. Yep, you can see
Right
that.
there.
Yep. And it was in the logo, so everybody's going to see it. Tri-Valley still pretty good field position at their 34-yard line. Fritter with a couple of backs with him now. And he'll run a little cross buck. Sands ends up with it. We don't get a chance to say cross buck very much anymore,
Not
do we?
very much. I knew you were going to enjoy that.
Yeah. Oh, that was a play back in the day. We used to run that
Back
one all the
in
time.
the day, everybody ran that thing, but he had to stop the cross buck.
There's only so many formations you can run that out of, too, by the way. About a half a yard. Good play by the Sheridan defense. Kept their lanes. Fritter going to look to throw. Steps up, and he's going to be sacked.
Best pass defense there is.
So he's going to be knocked all the way back at the 30-yard line. Give him a little bit of forward progress there.
Let's give the secondary for Sheridan a pat on the back on that one. They had their guys covered much better than they have in earlier pass attempts.
Yep.
Those guys have been wide open or made some great catch on the sideline. That time the secondary had the guys covered up, forced Fritter to hold on the ball, and the front Front guys did the job.
Yeah, he's been thrown on his steps pretty much very cleanly, and that time he had to readjust and step up in the pocket. So 3rd and 14.
4-man rush.
He's going to go deep.
Look out. Look
Got a
out.
receiver open, and he's complete. That's Wachter. And all the way down to the 19-yard line. And then they're going to say Sheridan took the ball away at the end. Let's see what the referees call.
Well, this is going to be an interesting call.
Nope, they're going to say it is Tri-Valley's football. It's Wachter. He had to wait on that one for a while. That's some good speed when you got to wait that long.
I mean, he was wide open. That ball was in the air a long way.
Fritter threw it about as far as he could.
Let's forget about that sore foot hurting that throwing motion, man. That ball was thrown well.
Yeah, it was, and there was a lot of air under it.
Yes, there
Made
was.
it catchable. Tri-Valley threatening, already up 1 score. And Fritter's going to hang on to it. Keep in mind, he's a good runner. I didn't mean to say before that he shouldn't be running the football. He should. Just that he's been dinged up.
Right.
We just don't expect him to take it as much, but that's something that he does well.
Well, you know, we had early reports last week that he wasn't going to play last week's game, and he did.
Tough kid.
So he's a tough guy. Just the kind of guy you want a quarterback.
Got 3 yards on that one. He's going to give it to Sands this time. He's got some running room. He should have a first down.
Oh, easily. He ran over the first tackler.
And again, able to get that edge a little bit. And just defense got a little deep.
Boom. I mean, he just ran over Daniel Miller in the secondary that time.
And you could see that defensive end just got a little deep coming in. Sometimes it's so inviting when you're not blocked.
That's
and
right.
You end up taking yourself out of the play. So 1st and goal for the Scotties. And they go back to that two running back formation.
The lead blocker that time from the backfield, Blake Sands won't know how to act as a lead blocker in front of him.
I'm getting some help. So it'll be now inside the 5, 2nd down and goal.
You better go to Coach Fell and say, Coach, you know, we're allowed to do that? We're allowed to have a guy like that?
Could you put another one back here?
Man, you mean the guy
How
goes
many were you allowed?
The guy goes through the hole before me? I like it.
The guy joining him back there is Drew Richard. And then Fritter's just going to do it again. That's how he got the first touchdown. This is a little closer in, but everybody thought it was handed off. He holds on, and his 2nd touchdown of the night. This one coming from 4 yards out.
What a great combination you have. A back like Sands that's running so well, and a quarterback like Fritter that can power into the end zone on his own. Nice job. Nice play call. Great series that time by the Scotties after that penalty.
In to attempt the extra point. Caden Bay, the senior. Well, they've got 2 good kickers on this Tri-Valley squad. Good snap. Hold is down. Kick is through, and just like that, 14-0. The Scotties a 2-score lead. That has not happened a lot to Sheridan this year. Let's see if the Generals can fight back, trailing by a couple of touchdowns here at home. Morgan Williamson going to kick off for the 3rd time tonight. He started the game kicking it off, and then a couple of scores after that. Tri-Valley finds themselves up 14-0. It's a good one, down to about the 2. Sheridan, nice run right up the middle of the field, get it out over the 20-yard line. But good coverage by the Scotties. So Sheridan needs to make a statement here, Coach.
Yes, they do. With 8:16 left in the first half, and they need to put some points on the board. I just don't think that it's going to be tough enough to come back from a 14-point deficit with their offense, let alone if they give up another touchdown. And it doesn't look like Tri-Valley's done scoring to me.
It does not.
I mean, they're hitting on all cylinders tonight, and running and passing and a quarterback keep series. I mean, that's a and it is an effective attack going on tonight for the Scotties.
Jason Munyon, the sophomore, has joined the crew in the backfield. He'll be the lead blocker, and a good start, runs into his own man. Will Hamilton out to about the 30-yard line, so 7 yards on the carry.
You know, plenty of time here in the first half for Sheridan to stay within their offense, not to try to do anything extravagant. Run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, just like on the first down play this time. And nice blocking that time by the Generals. Just go down the field and get a touchdown. Cut this thing by 7 points and run the clock out.
Bradshaw, the tackle on that one. Lots of room that time. Munyon with the football. And a big first down for the Sheridan Generals.
I mean, that was just a submarine tackle in the secondary by the safety. Looked like number 3 to me. Goins Chandler on that tackle. Otherwise, that could have been a much bigger play than that.
I think we're going to see a little bit more of Munyon here on this one too.
Well, and I don't think you can have to worry about Sheridan losing their poise. They've been in plenty of big games, and this it's kind of bred into these kids over there. They're ready for the big game.
And a little counter to Hamilton, but good defense.
Yes, it was. Defense stayed home that time. Nobody overran the play. They were standing over there waiting on him to come back.
And able to force him back inside.
Yeah, we used to have a rule for our defensive ends. Don't pursue deeper than the deepest threat. And that's exactly where the outside linebacker was on that side. He was as deep as the deepest threat, and when it came back to his side, he was able to turn that play back to the inside.
And it was Bradshaw on the tackle once again. Play action. Man in his face. And the throw. Oh. And there were a couple of guys had a chance at that one.
Wow.
Lucan Hill, the 6'5 senior, had a chance, but
Lucan Hill comes down with that one. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, he almost got it in stride.
Yeah, because both defensive backs were on the deck.
But I think he was a little bit distracted
Yep.
by Goins Chandler, who almost leapt up and grabbed it himself.
2 good plays by Goins Chandler. First on the tackle, on the run that kind of burst into the secondary, and on that one, that pass play.
But Generals just need a break there as they got it out. Boy, if they're able to turn one of those big plays loose, that'll help a bunch. But as it is, 3rd down and 10, and we're going to get a timeout. We'll take it. Sheridan will take it and talk about this big 3rd down coming up, and we'll be back with more action right after this. Big play coming up right here for the Sheridan Generals. 3rd down and 10 at their 39. They need to sustain a drive, try to get on the board.
5-man rush.
And just overthrowing
Nobody
everybody.
home.
Receivers kind of looking at each other. Somebody tells me somebody broke off a route there,
Yep.
Coach. So 4th down, and Sheridan will look to punt it away again.
Good protection that time. The offensive line for the Generals held up. Johnson didn't have anybody in his face. He just I think you're right, Kevin. I think the signals got crossed because both receivers pulled up short and turned around and looked for the ball, and it sailed over their heads 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah, coaching staff talked to both of those receivers after the play.
Yes.
So I'm going to guess that's
Look out.
Almost blocked again, but good punt. Fair catch called for, and Tri-Valley will have it to start this drive at their 30-yard line. I'll tell you, you want to know how important this game is, Coach? 2 radio stations. One of which, of course, our very own WHIZ.
Yes.
Our good friend Dave Kinder is here.
Best dressed man in the radio.
I just can't match it. So you just
No.
give up.
Yes.
At some point, you just give up.
Oh, it's obvious.
So, and he was here, I think, about yesterday.
Yes, I think he was.
To get set up. So he's here, and also another television outfit here tonight. So, I mean, it's a big game.
Screen
Fritter,
pass coming.
They wanted to throw it. He had to scramble a little bit more, so that allowed the Sheridan defenders to get where they needed to be, and it'll be a loss back at the 25. What you do not want to have on a screen pass is a late throw.
That's right.
Once people have figured it out.
That's right.
And you can see here, the idea was to do that, but he got some pressure right away, a little bit more than he anticipated.
Yep. I think an experienced quarterback has played maybe 2 or 3 years and is a classic drop back passer. He throws that thing in about the 3rd row.
Yeah, or at the guy's feet.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
of the 2. Yep, I agree with you. As it stands, it'll be 2nd down at 16. Little
Look
reverse.
out, here comes that reverse.
Fritter going to block out in front.
Nice job out there by Lucan Hill. No, it wasn't Lucan Hill, it was 16.
That's Andrew Slatzer.
Man, Andrew, nice play.
Yeah, that's
stayed
about
home.
as well as you can play it right there. He had big guy coming at him. He had the quarterback coming at him.
And he stayed home. He fought off the block, stepped inside, and made the hit.
Yeah, that was very well done.
That may have been the defensive play of the night.
And another loss now back to the 24-yard line.
You know, this was the opportunity for Tri-Valley to
Could have put their foot
close
down.
this game out. And Sheridan's defense is just not giving up.
And we got some movement. And I think that's going to go against Tri-Valley.
Yes, it is.
Very alert. Getting in there on the movement was Logan Morris, junior defensive lineman. I think what he saw was, I think I can get in there free now.
Well, you know, back in the day, that was the free shot to the chops on the offensive lineman across from you if somebody else moved. Of course, that's a penalty nowadays.
Yeah.
But he did a nice job getting across the line to react like that. Well coached.
Fritter is rolling, has time. But
nice
he is gonna
play
be
out
hit
there
and
on
drop.
the perimeter.
So there were 3 plays for loss on this drive. So the Sheridan defense kicked it up a gear and helps you would think their offense get a little better field position. But really nice effort by Shea Taylor to get over there and get the sack.
Boy, that was a great job by Shea Taylor. He had contained, kept the quarterback to his inside, and when Fritter decided he was going to outrun him, Taylor was having none of it, but a nice play. Well, these guys have one of the best defenses in this area, and it's not on accident. Oh, almost a block there. Fair catch.
It's going to be taken. Good field position. In fact, it's only about 3 yards past where the first down would have been, where Sheridan will get started on this drive.
Well, this is Sheridan's best starting position of the night by far.
Let's see how they draw it up.
I mean, I have to believe that Coach Culver's in the 4-down territory mode right here. They're down 2 scores, and you're starting on the Tri-Valley 43. It's time for the Generals to get one in the end zone here.
A little bit more than 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Munyon in the backfield with Nate Johnson, and it'll be Munyon. Boy, he got ahead of steam, but good defense by the interior of that Tri-Valley line. 3 yards is the gain.
Like Diego Conklin in there in the middle of that thing, number 71.
And Munyon will come out. Will Hamilton back in. So 2nd down and 7.
Looks like Munyon has a little bit of a bloody scratch. They're going to come out and put a little Band-Aid on that thing.
He'll be back in no time, I'm
There's
sure. Screen pass, little bubble. And it'll be a 1st down and more.
Nice call, well-designed play.
Yes, it was.
They had a screen set to the right,
and it's
too.
still going.
We're talking about the play, and you're ready. They're still running that thing.
Logan Ranft. Well, and so often when you see that coach, that receiver has to wait or it's out in front of him. This was perfect.
Well, look at number 7 on the far side. He's going out there, Will Hamilton, as a decoy, getting everybody's attention where they can see him. And Ramp just kind of sneaked underneath on that bubble screen.
Yep.
Nice play.
Again, the 2 things that can happen bad, quarterback doesn't put it in the right spot, or that receiver waits too long, or then, boy, they just did that perfectly.
It was.
Big 1st down inside the 30. We'll give it to Hamilton, and he'll be grabbed from behind. Nice defensive effort by Ben Williams.
The running yards are becoming tough for the Generals, but when they run sideways, there's not much there at all.
Well,
they can get, they've been averaging 2 or 3 yards or 4 yards, and even sometimes a bigger play when they hit right at them. Boy, when they have to go sideways a little bit.
Well, Tri-Valley,
tough.
The stingiest running defense, we were talking about that, and I think most of it has to do with their speed across the board from the linemen up front to the guys in the back.
Yep.
2nd down and 11, a loss of a yard on that one. Munyon will get it, and he'll fall forward. Good hard tackle. Once again, we'll call the name of Bradshaw.
And, that's a 3-yard gain on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and 7. That's really well acceptable by any defensive standard. Sheridan now looking at 3rd and 7 to get this first down.
He's going to look to throw right away. He's got a receiver.
Wow.
That was lucky it didn't go the other way. That was Wachter. We already seen his speed tonight.
Yep. Well, the Tri-Valley Scotties, I was going to say that their secondary guys were walked up. They're not giving away any short passes in the way they were set up on defense, and that time Wachter jumped that slant right now.
Yeah,
That could easily have been a touchdown pass for Nathan Johnson, but it would have gone on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
so 4th down and 7, and Sheridan wants to talk about this is a critical drive with 1:48 left to go in this first half. We'll take a break, catch our breath just a little bit. 14-0, Tri-Valley leads it here at Sheridan.
This is pump fake time.
Big 4th down coming up for the Sheridan Generals, trailing by a couple of touchdowns. Kevin Round, the coach Doug Clifford with you. Johnson looks to throw. He's got his receiver.
I think he's going to be short.
Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give him a spot down to about the 16-yard line.
Oh, baby. They moved the chains already. What a clutch play. Nice job.
Lucan Hill.
Lucan Hill came up with that one big time.
And I tell
Great
you, that's in
effort.
some traffic. It almost got picked off that time, but
Yes,
he threw
it
it.
did.
The thing, Johnson threw it so hard through the coverage, the only guy who could get it was Lucan Hill, and he did.
Okay, Generals, here you go. Minute
Great
25.
play on 4th down. Circle that one. Munyon back in there. And he'll get it going off the right side. Nice blocking up front. Gets him inside the 10-yard line.
Well, they're just gashing the Tri-Valley defense on that play. Right now, Tri-Valley's defense is trying to guess. We're going to come up with another pass play. Or they're going to run the ball. What they're going to do. And that time they kind of got caught flat-footed. And Munyon ran up through there. Nice gain.
Logan Morris, a great block on the right side from his right guard position to spring Munyon that time.
Under a minute, clock running.
Sheridan still with 1 timeout. And it'll go a fake.
Whoa, what a
Got
fake.
Receiver out there.
Touchdown. Yes.
He's in. That is Landon Russell. Well, I tell you, I bought the fake too.
Oh, baby.
Very well executed.
Telling you.
Sheridan, a big touchdown.
I was getting ready to look for my receipt on that play fake because I wanted that thing back. Great job.
And Russell did a good job against 2 tacklers to get himself into the end zone.
After that fake, Johnson, man, that was a Verlander fastball to the outside that time.
43.2 seconds. And it'll be Logan Ranf to try to make it or cut it to a 7-point lead. Miller holding. The kick is up. Looks to be good and is. So
New game.
it is a new game indeed. Sheridan needed a touchdown. They got it. They cut the lead to 14-7. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the WHIZ-TV Game of the Week. Sheridan gets on the board as clocks is ticking down here in the first half. Kevin Round, the coach. Doug Clifford with you tonight. Coach, that was huge.
Oh, man. What a great drive by the Generals.
And sustained on this one will go out of bounds. So out to the 35 goes the start of this possession. Tri-Valley, all 3 of their timeouts left.
I mean, that ball had a wicked bounce to it
Yes,
on that
it did.
kickoff.
But again, that 4th down play, 4th and 7th, and the spot
Clutch.
might have been a little extra, but it was right on the stick.
Yes, it
And
was.
a clutch play and then a great play design to get the Generals into the end zone.
Well, Nathan Johnson really stepped his game up in that drive. 2 key passes. Great effort by Lucan Hill on the 4th down play. Great fake that time on the touchdown play. That is exactly what the Generals needed to do. They've kept their poise. They're down 2 touchdowns. They changed the field position around and finally got a short field and took advantage of it. And this is a brand new ball game. They just have to defend the field now for about 43 seconds.
Now, Tri-Valley will get the kickoff to start the second half. I can't imagine they're going to want to do too much. Although Sands has got a little bit of running room in the middle. Spins and ends up out about the 42. Let's see if they stop the clock here. They're hustling back to the line of scrimmage, but not calling one of their timeouts. Let's see if they try to throw the ball. Nope, it's going to be Sands again. And he's got running room. And he'll go out of bounds at about the 40, call it about the 43 and a half.
Well, you have time to throw the ball over the middle if you want to. You don't have to throw it out of bounds. Catch the ball down. What do you think the field goal range is here?
I think they
40?
probably got to get to a little bit more than that. I think they get inside the 30, they'll have a chance.
Okay. There it is.
And they're looking to get a bunch right here.
I think they got it.
Did he catch it? He
I
did.
think so.
That's Wachter again, and he waited on it again.
I mean, that's the cardinal sin on defense, to let a receiver get behind you in this situation.
4.8 seconds. What do you do here, Coach?
Oh, man. Well, I think you call timeout and decide.
Well, I think that's what we're going to keep it here. But again, talk about that and you're a defensive guy. What do you tell your DBs?
You tell your DBs, don't let anybody run behind you in this situation. Keep everybody in front of you. Tackle the receiver. And clock's running out, and at the last second, the defensive backs for Sheridan, they just let Wachter get past him. They stopped on their coverage, and you just can't stop on that kid. I mean, they know that.
And he's got great speed. We saw it not that long ago in this half with a long reception early in the second quarter.
There were only 14 seconds to go in the half. I would have thought Sheridan would have had guys, walked off big time. The safeties were, but the corners weren't, and he just got down there and got behind the defensive backs. Cardinal sin on defense in this situation.
Fritter asking some questions about, well, I don't know what it was about. Maybe about the clock.
I think this has to be a throw.
See if they can get one play in, and we're going to get a timeout called by Sheridan.
Coach Culver wanted to see how they came out and aligned to get an idea of what they might do.
Yeah, let's take a look at this play again, Coach. The play to Wachter. And again, good air underneath it, but you can see. And what happened was the defensive back was in position, but then he started watching the football.
Right.
And that's one where if your perspective isn't right, it just goes past you.
And Wachter was so close to the sideline, the safety couldn't get over there. I mean, he's supposed to help over the top. He couldn't get there, and he was a non-factor. The corner looked up at the football, and it was just poor execution on the defense that time.
Do you think Coach Fell wishes he'd have called one of those timeouts on that first play?
Well, he's right where he needs to be.
Yeah, they're there with a shot.
And they caught Sheridan flat-footed on that play, and they have one shot here to get in the end zone. I still think they had to make this a throw.
This is huge. Fritter gets it. He's going to look, throws right away, and he's got a touchdown.
Man,
on the slant from the right side, wide open Keaton Williams.
Way too easy. Way too easy.
And still 1.3 on the clock. That was from 4 yards out.
Boy, that was just a quick slant. Nobody there to step inside of it, and wow.
So we thought Tri-Valley might just let the clock go, and they get the big play. Second long throw to Wachter of the half, and they get another touchdown out of it. So just like that, Tri-Valley, and the kick is away, and it is good.
Well,
Tri-Valley, another 2-touchdown lead, now 21-7, Coach.
That really takes the air out of your halftime talk if you're Coach Culver.
And Tri-Valley will get the ball to start the second half.
I mean, this is the classic, defer, score at the end of the half and get the ball first and make it a 3-score lead. So the Generals are up against it now.
And I would expect a squib kick or something that won't allow a return here.
Clock will start as soon as the Sheridan player touches the ball in play.
But yeah, still, and had they not had the completion down here, still would have had time to kick it.
Right.
Because again, the clock stopped.
And we didn't get a chance to see that on replay. Maybe we will. And but that was just way too easy. I mean, that just looked It was totally uncontested. And
again, Williams, great speed and just broke to the inside.
You know, you always have to take away the slant on that goal line defense.
It is a squib, and it'll be taken by one of the upbacks, and that will end the half. Tri-Valley, after Sheridan, a huge drive to get themselves within a touchdown. Tri-Valley it took them 43 seconds, and they come right back and get on the board. It goes from Fritter to Williams, and Coach, the Sheridan defense needs to respond to the call on the first drive of this second half. And
no doubt.
They got them going last time. I think it's going to be that defense that will get them going again.
I'll tell you what, the Scotties have come to play tonight. This is a big game, two good teams, and the Scotties they're here for real, buddy.
Well, that'll do it for the first half. We'll have second half action coming up for you here at Sheridan. We'll do it after this timeout. Welcome back to Sheridan High School. Tri-Valley leads it 21-7. There you see the scoring in the quarters. We thought it was going to be 14-7, Coach.
Oh, no doubt.
43 seconds to go in the first half, and a kickoff that
went out of bounds.
But Tri-Valley still in their own territory.
Yep.
Got it down the field in a hurry. In fact, still had 1.3 seconds. Here's a little pooch kick, taken at the 35, and pretty heady play to get it out over the 40.
Yes, it was. Nice job.
On the play for the Scotties was Caden Carpenter. He knows what to do with the football.
Caden just about turned it into a big play. He got the sideline, beat one man. And there's another man behind the first Sheridan cover man and made a tackle.
And really, to get to 21 points, which does not happen very often as Sheridan in a half, really two long pass plays, both to Wachter from Fritter, put them in the driver's seat. They scored touchdowns after both of those completions. Sands able to bounce it outside, and he'll break a couple tackles and a first down. And again, just Sheridan losing contain there.
Call that speed kills. He just outran the defense.
Well, when you bite on that inside fake, let's see, I mean, when he makes that move, whoop, there he goes, and then he goes around. You have got to keep your outside arm free, Coach.
Oh. Talking to an old defensive end coach.
I'm sorry.
Don't have to worry about that.
Don't need to tell you your job. Fritter going to hang on. He'll pay the price for a couple of yards.
.77 for Sheridan come out of that tackle. Logan Morris, he's fired up. He knows his defense has to step up right now. They cannot give up another score.
There you see the couple plays ago, that good run by Sands. Next one a little shorter, 2nd down and 8, but in Sheridan territory. And Fritter going to hang on to this one, and he'll maneuver his way for another first down. Now you can tell the staff drew up a couple of plays coming out of the locker room, and they have been successful. Fritter, a great fake.
I saw an offensive lineman look like he executed what we used to call a fold block, number 62. Seth Snyder for Tri-Valley. Looks like he came from his left guard spot and kind of pulled around and led to blocking on that play. Nice blocking scheme.
Sands right up the middle, spin and inside the 25.
Boy, that's just right at the heart of the defense.
Sheridan's defense played very well coming down the stretch in the first half, but some good blocking at the point of attack by Tri-Valley. And Sands gets 7 on the play. Fritter will give it to Sands, and Sands should have the first down. Right about the 20-yard line, and does.
It looks like the halftime talk for the Tri-Valley Scotties was directed toward the offensive lineman and tell them, we're going to get right behind you guys. And, man, they are going right down the field on the Generals. A team that doesn't give up too many rushing yards is getting gouged right now.
Just inside the 20. The fake, Fritter. That time the mesh point didn't take very long. He decided he wanted the ball right away.
That may be Sheridan's best effort on that quarterback keep. Come off the blocks, making the play. Nice job by the defense that time.
Couple of yards for Fritter. Again, was not 100% coming into tonight. Could say the same thing for Nate Johnson, the Sheridan quarterback. But they're gamers, both of them. Second down and long. Again, long mesh point. Fritter going to hang on to it. And usually you go a different direction. That time he faked the handoff and followed
Yes,
Sands.
he did. Stayed right to the outside.
So not a usual play on that zone read, but when the mesh point takes you that far outside, just keep on going.
Well, I like the moxie of both these quarterbacks. And Fritter, I mean, he just looks like he looks more like the chairman of the board than the quarterback.
He really does.
Put it on me. When he gets down here in these tough situations, he wants the ball in his hands.
3rd down and 2. And they've got a great kicker, so well within field goal range. And this time there's that cross buck, and it's going to be Sands all the way into the end zone from 11 yards out to start this 3rd quarter.
An impressive drive by the Scotties.
And they are putting their foot on the accelerator.
That's back-to-back scores in their possessions here, the end of the first half and start the second half. What an advantage that is to be able to do that. Right now they're leading 27-7. A 1-score game all of a sudden now is a 3-score game.
Sands, who leads the area in touchdown scoring, his first tonight is 16th of the season. And to attempt the extra point, Caden Bay, and it is good, and it makes it 28-7, as Coach said. 2 drives in a row put together by the Scotties, one right before the half and one to start the second half out, and that's where we are. 28-7, Tri-Valley leads it here at Sheridan. That is a great camera shot right there. Tim Cox running camera 3 right down on the field. Thanks to him and John Cox, no relation, and Tom Hatfield right up here with us tonight, all doing a great job. Kickoff coming, it'll sail into the end zone, and that means Sheridan will start at their 20-yard line. Again, we've got the best crew in the business. There is no doubt about it. And this is a great place too, though, Coach. When we're here at Sheridan, it just lends itself to great shots.
No, you bet. This is a beautiful stadium. It's been completely renovated, and I mean it's quite a facility. Quite a facility.
By the way, Director Matt Mihalko told me at halftime it's been his best performance as a director in his career tonight, and he thought that we were kind of slowing him down.
He hasn't. Well, he hasn't worked that long.
Yeah, well, no, it's a short career, but I think it's been great. Sheridan needs to get the offense going here to get themselves back into it. It's Will Hamilton right up the middle to start.
Another nice blocking scheme, backside guard pulling around, leading through the hole. Is that 3-man line for Tri-Valley? 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers behind them. A lot of times tonight, those outside linebackers have been right on the line of scrimmage.
So a good 8-yard gain on first down. And a first down by Hamilton. A couple of good runs. Boy, he was not to be denied.
Tackle that time by Drew Reichert. Richard.
Yep.
Nice tackle, Drew.
Oh, I've been corrected on that one a bunch of times over the couple of years. Yeah, Drew Richard. At least that's what we've been told. In basketball because you'll be there with me this year.
I'm not doing basketball.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
That sums up, by the way, the negotiations right there. Big first down. And Hamilton this time going to be snowed under.
Good play on the inside that time by number 71, Diego Conklin. You know it's a great play by a defensive lineman when you don't see him make the play until he gets up off the pile.
That's right.
He stayed down. He was lower than everybody else was, and he made that play.
And that's what they talk about, right, Coach? You got to be a little lower than the guy across from you.
There's no such thing as a play away from you when you're the nose man.
So it'll be second down and long. The fake play action, looking downfield, and it's going to be overthrown. And Goins-Chandler's had a bunch of those right in his area tonight.
Yes, he did. Jalen was wide open that time, and looked like he ran the best pattern.
And again, just overthrown coming off that back foot.
Well, it's tough when you overthrow your receiver and there are defensive backs behind him.
Well, and they had a couple of them there just kind of by committee could have picked that one off. But they did not, and Sheridan has a chance here, 3rd down and 9.
Well, Tri-Valley came out, ran the ball down the field, didn't throw a single pass. I mean, that was a statement drive if I've ever seen one. Now their defense is getting ready to make one, too.
That'll get some movement, make it 3rd and even longer.
Yep.
And you guys trying to do a little extra and trying to get off the line a little more quickly. And just making it a little more difficult. But they had a big 4th down conversion in the first half leading to their touchdown. So they can operate with a little bit of pressure. They need to get something here, though. 3rd and 14. Taylor in motion. And it's going to be a sack. And he came off the block.
Guess who? Mr. Bradshaw.
Yeah, Kyle Bradshaw.
Call me Mr. Bradshaw.
And he does it with some panache. He was fighting off a blocker, and you could tell Johnson was locked onto receiver. He just didn't quite see it happening in front of him.
I think that's what you call the basic bull rush. You just run over the blocker and keep on going. Nice job that time.
So looking to punt it away. Not as much pressure this time, and a fair catch called for by Jalen Goins-Chandler. But great field position again for the Scotties. We were thanking this crew, by the way. I wanted to tell you our graphics and instant replay tonight. Isaac Dreier down there doing the work. Jeremiah Mckenzie working the scoreboard. And Brady Knavel, our assistant, who gets us all hooked up here.
Thank you, Brady.
So, and they're now fighting in the truck over the amount of graphics each is doing. Sands, and that'll be a 1st down. They found something they like. Coach, you were pointing out that first drive for the touchdown, no throws.
No throws at all. I mean, it was just your basic power football down the field, get behind the offensive line and just power it down. I mean, that was, and that looked to me like the plan at halftime in the locker room is, boys, we're going to come out and we're going to shove it down somebody's throat and get ready to run it. And, man, they did.
And the first play on this drive is enough for a 1st down. It seems this time going to be wrestled in the middle. If you're Sheridan, you're trying to get the ball out of there now. You need to try to get a turnover.
Well, I don't know if Coach Fell is going to call a pass play here in this half or not, but right now, I would say the first short yardage situation they have is going to be a perfect play action pass opportunity, because Sheridan's defense has their nose in the line of scrimmage trying to stop that running game.
Yeah, these linebackers have got to look for gaps. Their first step is toward the football. Fritter, and we're going to get a flag thrown, and he's going to be rodeo tackled down about the 50. And with the fact that he's got a bad leg, I just tell him, get down.
Yep.
It's going to be holding against Tri-Valley. I'm not sure they'll take it.
I don't think they will, depending on where they mark that ball, but I think it's going to be back close to midfield.
You can see the hold right there. As on the rush was Aiden Smith for Sheridan, and he was held, in fact, tackled as he was making his move. And it is declined, so the loss on the sack back at the Sheridan 49. It'll be 3rd down now and about 18.
I don't know if that was a called play or a missed handoff, but it just,
because he looked like he was going to throw then.
It just didn't look. It just didn't look like it was in sync.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a play that Sheridan's defense needed to make at that very moment. That's for sure.
So 3rd down and very long. Fritter.
There's a pump fake. Look out.
And he's got a receiver and just can't get it. But it was a nice pump fake. And then trying to get it back to the middle to DJ Cross.
Well, DJ was open.
I'm sorry. Wrong side. Wrong 8.
Okay.
No, that was DJ Cross. I got it right. I made a mistake in telling myself I had a mistake. So
I think you told me one time you thought you made a mistake in a game.
But I was wrong.
But you were wrong.
Yeah. There it was.
But
DJ
he was
Cross.
wide open.
Yes,
nice pattern. He was open over the middle. Ball was just a little bit too long.
So Sheridan defense does their job. They get a stop. The punt is going to go into the end zone. And so out to the 20, the ball will come in. You know, we were talking about that play before that just didn't quite look right. I can remember as the father of a quarterback, one of the times he really got himself in trouble was when he missed a handoff and then tried to throw it because all the linemen are running downfield.
You bet.
And so it kind of had that feel about it, like it was a missed handoff or a running play that had gone awry, and Fritter was kind of looking now to throw it.
Well, you know, I remember my unillustrious playing career. I didn't know there was a football in the game until my senior year, and it rolled underneath me, and I thought, what's this? And then everybody jumped on top of me, and I thought, this is never going to happen again.
Did you recover it?
Well, yeah, but I couldn't help but recover it. I was about 3 feet deep in the turf.
Everybody pushed you down. Here we go on the reverse. That's Ramft.
Look out.
And he's got room.
Goodbye.
Boy, he's got great speed. The 40, I don't think they're going to get it.
Nope.
20, 10, and touchdown Sheridan, and that is huge in this one.
Wow, what a play, what a great call.
80 yards.
If anybody needed a touchdown right now, it was the Sheridan Generals, and it's just how they got it right now.
You know, their DBs over pursued, and then everybody got sealed, and Ramft right there makes his move. Just bad angles to the football coach.
He goes by 3 guys that looked like they had a decent angle. Well, they may have on somebody else, but not that guy.
Yeah, and it's all about angles. If you just don't think he has that speed and you bite in close, he's going to go right by you, and he did. Great run, 80 yards. Chance to get within a couple of scores. Ramft, see if he's winded enough. Nope, he's good enough to get it right through there. So he scores the touchdown, then he kicks the extra point. We'll take a timeout. Sheridan's fought back. They've now cut the lead to 14, 28-14. Sheridan gets a long touchdown, and they needed it. They're right back in it. Tri-Valley will see what they can do, and Sands is going to get a return, but we see a little bit of yellow laundry thrown on the field. So I think that's going to come back a little bit. It's going to be a block in the back, I believe.
Well, from this preliminary signal, they may even call holding. I see the referee.
No, you're right. It is holding.
I saw the referees kind of signaling to one another, and it wasn't because I saw the hold or anything. So that's going to come back. What an effort by Blake Sands, though.
I don't quite see it in there anywhere.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 guys.
So Tri-Valley was moving the ball in the last drive, and then all of a sudden a big sack put him back. Penalty will get him back inside the 30-yard line. So the Sheridan defense, as they've played well all year long, they need to get a stop here for the Generals to get a chance, but still lots of time to go.
This is when your defensive coach is telling his guys, we need to get the ball, fellas. We need to get the football.
Sands, and this time better pressure on the edge that time by the defense. He'll have about 3 yards.
Defense strung that thing out. They maintained leverage on the running back. Had a good guy on the outside out there. Pursuit from the inside.
Looked like Alec Ogle was one of the guys out there. Again, you just got to fight as hard as you can to work toward the sideline and kick him back in. And it's not always easy when you got somebody blocking you trying to get leverage.
I think Sands is split out now as a receiver.
They want to get him in some open space, I would guess, right here. Fritter looking his way. Actually, it'll go to Williams. And it'll be enough for a first down. Keaton Williams had the touchdown at the end of the first half, and he's got great hands.
Sheridan's defense has to stop those chains from moving. They cannot let, not only can they not let Tri-Valley score again, I don't think they can really give up a whole lot of first downs and then, you know, get a stop way down the field after Tri-Valley's had the ball for 5 or 6 minutes.
So in first down, it will be a run, and it will be Sands, and not much there.
I think that's Sheridan's best team effort on the night for defense.
About 5 guys involved in that, and Sands a little slow getting up.
He didn't like that.
Just a yard gained, and Fritter took a shot as well. When you run those options, I know you've talked about that. Everybody's fair game. So just a yard on the play, and Tri-Valley's not going to be in a hurry, that is for sure. There is a play clock here, just so the quarterback knows exactly what he's got as we go inside 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Fritter going to keep it. Can he get outside? And he'll do a little kick step, and he'll be run out by Daniel Miller. And at the other side, they kind of wish he'd just taken a knee before he got to the sideline.
Nice pickup, though. It's going to be third down and short now.
But Miller, a good job out in space to make sure he didn't go any further.
I know the defensive backs for Sheridan are playing well off the receivers right now.
Third down and 2. And Tri-Valley going to take their time. Still 13 seconds on the play clock.
I mean, I'll be surprised if Coach Phil has Fritter putting this one in the air, but if he wants to, he can throw a quick pass to the outside. Everybody's open.
Sands will turn it up and have a first down and more as he breaks a tackle, and he'll take it down to about the 25-yard line, and you cannot attack him casually because he'll go right through you as he did there.
Wow, what a run. I mean, he just splits the tacklers here. I mean, there's a man right at his waist, just runs right through the tackle. He protects the football, and look at those legs. Man, those legs are driving. You're going to tackle Sands, but you better be 100% committed because he's not going to be impressed with anything less than that.
Sheridan a little unlucky there as the two defenders seem to knock themselves off the possible tackle. But another big first down at the 25.
Sands getting a break now. Comes out of the game. Looks like number 31 has come in to replace him.
Inside 5 seconds on the play clock. Will they call timeout? And they will. Tri-Valley takes the timeout rather than lose yardage. We'll take it as well. 28-14. Sheridan fought back with a long touchdown run, but here come the Scotties again. More coming up right after this. 2:04 to go in this third quarter. Sheridan, a long 80-yard touchdown run to get within a couple of scores, but Tri-Valley responds. A drive of their own, even after a big holding penalty. And they big loss instead. Fritter, and we're going to get a flag thrown there. He got it to his guy. I'll tell you, he's about as good this year as we've seen a quarterback throwing to the sideline.
I think we're going to get one of the best tackles of the season. Unfortunately, it was by an offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's coming back this way.
They're going to come back for holding.
What I was trying to say earlier is that even though they fought a little bit of adversity on these drives, Tri-Valley's been able to keep moving the football. But here's some more adversity. We'll see how they do with it.
Of course, if you're a quarterback and your offensive lineman gets called for holding because a guy's running unabated toward your –
No, you just say thank you.
You say thank you.
You can see it there on the edge of the screen. It was not only a tackle, but then he laid on top of him. So first down and 24 yards to go. A spot foul, and Sands going to get a little bit of that back. And I think they can make a field goal from about 45, so they got to get inside the 30. Just second down still, so even if they don't get the first down.
What we have left in the third, wow.
Yeah,
about a minute and a half
down.
left in the third quarter. I don't think the Generals can give up another score here. I think they got to get a stop on this series.
Tri-Valley snaps it with 15 seconds, even on a little bubble screen Wachter. We've seen him usually downfield. He tries to maneuver through traffic, and he'll get about 4 yards down to the 30, but still third down and about 5 to go. And good hustle down the line, and even though he just kind of grabbed an ankle, Jess Studer really made that play for the defense that time. Good lateral speed.
If you can grab anything on Wachter and get him down, it's a good play.
Mission accomplished.
You bet. He's just broken the back on the Generals defense tonight on 2 big plays.
3rd and 16.
Big blitz. Boom.
And coming, and I'll tell you, Fritter's lucky he held on to the football.
Yep.
That is Shea Taylor coming free off the end, and Fritter hesitated just enough. Actually, not. He came from inside a little bit, and a missed assignment on the blocking up front.
I think it's exactly that, Kevin. I think there's a miscommunication on the offensive line. One of those linemen calls the blocking or sometimes you can call the protection, with the play itself. But whatever happened, Shea Taylor came in there and made a big play, made a play they had to have.
It's going to be 4th down and very long, a punting situation. That will run out the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Each team with a couple of touchdowns in this quarter, 28-14 our score. We'll be back with 4th quarter action right after this. Fourth quarter coming up here at Sheridan. There's our good friend David Kinder. He does a show every week on Z92 Thursdays at 7 o'clock. I was a guest on that show. That's how desperate he is to have people on.
That's the first shot I've seen of David Kinder without a tie.
Yeah, he's a pretty well-dressed guy.
Yes, he is.
Could not agree more. 4th down for Tri-Valley as the Sheridan defense does their job once again. Fair catch called for, and Ranft will take it. A little stepping into each other, no harm, no foul, and good job to get the fair catch, Coach.
Yes,
we know what happens when you don't.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, that ball to bounce down, it would not have made the end zone, but it would definitely roll inside about the 5-yard line, I bet. It was a nice punt.
Getting the play call is Nathan Johnson with his coaching staff. Of course, the Culver name been here a while at Sheridan. Paul Culver III now the head coach. And his record here coming in the year 25-9. That's not too bad. And he has made it even better this year.
He's a fine young man, too. I mean, I really like him. He's a quality guy.
Little wheel route, and he had the receiver and can't hang on. That's Ranft. And that would have been a big play about midfield right there.
You know, people ask me if I miss coaching, and when I see a play like this, my answer is no. Because when your quarterback puts the ball right there, and that would have been a difficult catch, but the ball was there.
Yeah, it was hard.
Those are the things that take years off the coach's life.
An outside shoulder throw, but Johnson put it right there.
It's a good call, well executed. The ball just had to be caught. 2nd
down and 10. They're trying to run that bubble screen again, but well covered, and Johnson's going to just throw it.
No.
Incomplete, but the reason Coach was saying no, that's just as easy to pick off. Just want to throw that in the stand.
No, that's a nightmare waiting to invade your head right there.
Yeah, they were trying to get it to Ranft on that bubble screen.
Right.
And I don't know if he was trying to fit it in there, but, he was throwing it out to Lucan Hill, who, again, is 6'5", but Tri-Valley pretty good at undercutting those routes.
I think Tri-Valley's defense that time was everywhere they should have been. They cut off that bubble screen, and the guy stayed with Lucan Hill going down the field. Didn't let him run loose. Nice job that time by the secondary and the pass rush for the Scotties. A great play on defense all around.
Big 3rd down play here. Johnson rolls, throws about as hard as he can, and it's going to be out of bounds. A lot of giving and taking down there, but both guys had a chance to go get it. Ends up being out of bounds. And really, you just can't take a chance here. They'll need to punt it away.
Well, see what his feet looks like on this throw. Yeah, you almost got him set, but he didn't get those shoulders square. It's tough to roll left if you're a right-handed quarterback. And they thought they had played down the sideline. That ball landed out of bounds. Never had a chance for a completion.
Well, they know the pass rush is going to be good, so they're trying to roll him a little bit to get him away, but just so hard to fit it in like that. Plenty of time to kick it. And it's get a nice bounce for Sheridan. And that'll go inside the 30. Well done by the special teams of the Sheridan Generals. But Philo with the football. 11, just over, I'm sorry, did I say Philo? Where am I, by the way? Tri-Valley with the football. Philo. Oh, Coach.
Well, most times I rail about guys not catching punts. But this is the exact time when you tell your punt return guys, don't worry about it. Don't let that thing bounce. So what? We're well ahead. It's going to be our ball. It's not going to go that far down the field. And aside from a couple of penalties that have slowed Tri-Valley down and a big sack, they've just been playing punishing football on offense in this second half.
Well, now they want to run the clock as much as they can. And Sands is going to help him do that, and he's really close to getting the first down. Let's see where they mark it.
The sands of time are running out on the Generals if they don't stop that guy.
Yeah, and it is a first down. He got just enough. But you can see here, again, he's so good at bouncing it. And then he falls forward. That's a good spot. That was a perfect spot that time. Said by the guy who thinks Philo's in playing in this game.
Well, you know, those electrics are everywhere.
Yeah, they are. 1st and 10. Tri-Valley trying to run the clock a little bit. Sands going to get, he just finds spots. And he won't get the first down this time, but he'll be close.
Good blocking, and one of the plays that won't show up on the stat sheet is the pickup by Fritter. I mean, that ball was low and inside, and he picked that thing up nice and cleanly. He still had time for the handoff. Usually a bad snap on a play like that ruins the timing of the play, and you come up with nothing. Fritter's on the sideline getting some instruction from Coach Fell there.
And 2nd down and just a yard, and again, I'm sure he's telling him just milk the clock. You know, it doesn't seem like it means a lot at this point in the game, but it does. 2nd down and 1. And
there it is.
Play action, trying to take
yardage.
advantage. They've got it, and again, nice job done. Trying to get it to Wachter again. This time the coverage was good from Daniel Miller.
Excellent coverage.
You can see, and again, you're allowed to put your hand up now. It used to be called face guarding. There's no such thing anymore. You just can't run into it.
Right. Hey, before the next play gets off, I want to congratulate John Ulmer on 40 years.
40 years.
On the mic here as a PA man for the Sheridan Generals. John's a great guy and does a great job. And like we said, man, what a great voice.
Oh, what a voice. It'd be like you and I multiplied minus some. Yeah, he's great. There's a first down. They took a shot downfield, and then they go back to Mr. Reliable.
Yep.
Blake Sands has had quite the game, and only a junior, as is Fritter, by the way.
Well, you know, we addressed the lack of his running mate, Pantaleo, number 33 for Tri-Valley. You know, he's out injured this week, and we kind of wondered if Sands would be able to carry the load by himself. I think that's been answered.
Yeah, I think he has stated it firmly. Fritter keeping it. And again, they were looking for Sands up the middle. Fritter, good read. And he'll get it down inside the 35-yard line.
Good blocking. Big lineman coming around that corner to help block.
Yeah, that's a nice feeling as a lineman to be in open space like that, just looking for a defensive back.
Number 75, A.J. Collins coming around that corner, 6'1", 210 senior offensive lineman.
You know, when you do that, you don't really want the linebackers.
I mean, if you're a corner man, you don't want to play with guys with like 75s and 76s.
No.
And,
Once you see a 7, man, you need to turn your back.
That's right.
1st and 10. Sands will get it, and good anticipation up front. Good tackle by Jess Studer. We've called his name a few times tonight.
Yes, we have.
Actually lost half a yard on the play, but now the clock comes into play.
Yes, it does. Under 9 minutes now.
And all 3 timeouts for Sheridan, but Tri-Valley is going to be in zero hurry right now. There you see the Tri-Valley band. Got a great halftime performance tonight, as did the Sheridan Generals. So 2nd down in just over 10 yards. Fritter going to hang on to it, and he's going to get another first down, looks like. And again, just a great read by the junior quarterback. You said it, Coach. He's been a leader out there tonight.
Oh, he has. And that offensive line, the left tackle out there, Seth Tyson, left guard. Maybe he's lined up at guard, but I think he's lined up at tackle most of the time. He was leading the blocking on that play. I saw 75 coming around again. A.J. Collins, Caden King at center. I mean, those guys
just getting it done
they
against
have.
a team that's not easy to get it done.
That's right. I mean, they've come out and made a big statement.
Sands up the middle. He'll get inside the 20. Now inside 8 minutes to go. Yeah, I think if they can put a third score on the board, touchdown or field goal, going to make it real tough for the Generals.
Jacob Kinder in there at right guard. I mean, these guys, I'm sure they were challenged this week to come out.
There you see the big guys on the screen.
Block the defense. You know, it's giving up the least amount of rushing yards just about in the entire area. And, man, they have just dominated the line of scrimmage.
Seth Schneider, the left guard, in there as well. Fritter going to hang on and probably wished he hadn't.
Yep.
As Sheridan feeling some urgency. You can see kind of coming behind the pulling lineman. Good read on the backside right there. Looked like Chase Young.
I've always thought that Sheridan's defensive players got off the block, if not better than everybody in the league, darn close to it. I mean, they always seemed like they were almost unblockable. You could knock them down and they get right back up. So they're not going to quit. They're well coached.
Fritter looks out in the flat. And
oh, wow.
Again, nice hands. Nope, they're going to say nope, that he bounced it off the ground as he went down, Keaton Williams.
Oh, Keaton, he thought he had a catch. He definitely had his feet in bounds. Let's see if we can see the ball come loose.
But he framed it up nicely. Grabs it for sure.
Feet are down.
But he's still, and the nose of the ball hit first. So that's why it was called incomplete, but pretty close. Of course, Williams had a touchdown right at the end of the first half with a slant. Great hands. So we got fourth down.
This looks like the field goal team's coming out.
Here we go. Jalen Goins-Chandler is the holder.
They may have to call timeout here.
The kicker, Morgan Williamson, and we are going to get a timeout call. Did it go through? Because that's the kicker's nightmare, is to have the timeout called and then make the kick.
Yep.
And it is a timeout. We'll take it. 6:37 to go in this fourth quarter. Tri-Valley trying to go up 3 scores with a field goal attempt. We'll see how they do when we come back. So it will be a field goal attempt for the Tri-Valley Scotties. It'll be placed at right around the 28, so a 38-yard attempt coming up for the senior Morgan Williamson. And we got a flag. The kick is going to be up. They're not even going to tell you if it was good, but it was. And it's going to go against
offside
Sheridan. But he's actually made 2 field goals already.
Yep.
One with a timeout and then now with a penalty. What's the chances of making 3 in a row, Coach?
Well, yeah, it's a dead ball foul, so he's going to gain 5 yards. I'm going to put my money on Williamson.
Yeah, he's got a good leg.
Got Jalen Goins-Chandler, his holder. And I think that's number 13 lining up to snap the ball.
That's Carter Jones, a junior. So now to be put at the 23-yard line, so a 33-yard attempt to try to get the Scotties up by 3 scores. Again, the holder, Jalen Goins-Chandler, just a sophomore. Snap back. Plenty of leg. Did he get it inside the left upright? He did. So from 33 yards out with 6:33 to go in this one.
Practice makes perfect.
Williamson gets it through. We'll take a timeout. It's now 31-14 in favor of the Scotties. Big field goal by that man right there, Morgan Williamson. They'll be kicking off as well here. Great shot on the field. Scotties up now by 17 with just 6.5 minutes to go. Let's see if Sheridan can get a big play, get themselves back in it. It won't be on this return. Good coverage by Tri-Valley.
Oh, I'll be darned. Some kid named Bradshaw made a tackle.
Okay, first of all, is a 76 supposed to be down there that fast on a kickoff?
I think you
coverage?
can put 99 on him. You can put 114.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The square root of pi, it doesn't matter.
I think you can take his shoulder pads away from him. I think you give him a ball cap, and he'd still make just as many tackles.
I mean, he's been playing about every play, and he's downfield. That just isn't supposed to be.
Guile Bradshaw. I tell you what, he's a senior football player, and you could absolutely use him as a role model for every senior in the country. He's a real football player.
He's getting right up in there. You see him now. He'll back out as a linebacker. Johnson looking to throw up the sideline. Got a receiver. It's Ramft. Big play out to the 49-yard line. Sheridan's going to have to play like a 2-minute drill in this one, though, and keep hustling up to the ball.
He put a little move on Wachter, and Wachter bit on it, and he'll stop and go, and he just kind of spun around, did a 360, and took off. And Wachter bit on that fake.
In fact, he had his back to the goal line on that fake.
Look out. Whoa.
There's Bradshaw coming in, but able to get it away. Completion. It'll be about 6 yards, but could have been a lot worse for Sheridan on that. Good play by Johnson to get rid of it.
It was. Excellent play by Nathan Johnson to get that ball to his receiver.
Sheridan hurrying. Johnson looking on the out. He's got a receiver and in and out of his hands. Tried to fit it in there to Shea Taylor. Taylor was on his way to the races before he had it all the way hauled in.
Well, it looks like he had to kind of turn around and try to catch that ball instead of catching on the run. He had to kind of turn, open up, and broke his concentration. We have a
I think he got a cramp maybe.
Yeah.
Jess Studer, who, if anybody's deserving of legs kind of cramping up a little bit, it's him. He has had quite the game tonight.
Someone have to introduce him to the sideline. He didn't see it very often.
Yeah, he does not. My guess is he'll try to work that off and get back in there. So 3rd down and 4. Sheridan does have all 3 of their timeouts left. Tri-Valley with just 1. And Johnson again going to look out in the flat. He's got Ramp too. Again, I think you heard the defense coming as Ben Rice was right up on top of him.
Well, Nathan Johnson,
down.
Kind of led him to be a little farther upfield than where he was. And I think you're right. Hear Rice coming quickly.
And when you have to reach out like that, you know it's a rib shot coming up.
Yep.
So big fourth down play here. And Johnson looks, throws, and a good reception. In fact, he breaks a tackle. That's Lucan Hill. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds, but that is a big, big play for Sheridan. Hill has had quite the game tonight for Sheridan.
Yes, he has.
And here you see he takes it, makes a great move. Tough angle taken by the defensive back.
Stays in bounds. It's down, holy cow, inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal from the 9.
It was Drew Richard that finally made the tackle, but it's 1st and goal for Sheridan, and some movement on the line will move him 5 yards back. As we come up on 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. But you score a quick touchdown here and you just make everybody a little nervous on the Tri-Valley side.
Well, you just can never relax in high school football, especially the way it's played today. Offenses are wide open, a lot of passing. But I think if we get a touchdown here, I think we're going to see an onside kick.
Hats off to Nate Johnson. He's made a lot of adjustments tonight. And he's made a couple of excellent throws in the last couple of drives. He tries to get one into the end zone. Did he get him? He did. There it is. Perfect throw from 14 yards out.
Is that Hill?
Yeah, that was Lucan Hill again.
Wow, what a catch. Great execution. Good pass blocking. Johnson didn't have anybody near him. Hill goes up.
Wachter, who had it done to him, as in fact he was the receiver and he got a couple of big catches. This time it's a receiver in front of him, giving up a little bit of height there.
6'5" over 5'11", you bet.
There you go. And so 14 yards out. Took him less than a minute after the field goal to get into the end zone. Ramp's kick, not way up in the air, but didn't need to be. It gets over the crossbar, and it's now a 10-point lead. Still 5.5 minutes. Anything can happen. Stay tuned. Sheridan getting ready to kick off their coach. They took less than a minute after the Tri-Valley field goal to get in the end zone to make it a 10-point game. Tri-Valley's got their hands team out there. What do you do in this situation?
I tell you what, I'd try to kick it into one of these corners and run down the field on it because there's nobody in the corners.
Let's see what Ranft will do,
Onside
and it is
kick.
an onside kick. I don't think it's going to go far
No,
enough.
it's not.
And so Tri-Valley gets a break there. And I'll tell you, that's smart play by Tri-Valley. A lot of times you see players will run up and try to jump on it in the face of pressure.
I saw Coach Fell out there after the touchdown. He was coaching every single player on that hands team. And there wasn't a lineman out there. They were all backs and receivers. And he absolutely was giving those guys some intense coaching right there to have them ready for this play.
Of course, he's a Hall of Famer and shows why. So Tri-Valley, again, not going to be in a hurry at all. But Sheridan does have all 3 timeouts. Sand's going to run it up the middle. And let's see how Sheridan uses those timeouts.
As soon as Sheridan pumped that last touchdown in, my first thought was at the end of the first half.
Right.
Man, this should be a 3-point game at most. They gave up a touchdown with 4 seconds to go, or 1 second to go, really, in the first half. But that's going to those are the kind of memories that never go away when you're the head football coach.
Yep. Yeah, they again scored in just 1.3 seconds when they got it into the end zone. Sands, and again, he looks at the stick, gets past that even more. And does he stay inbounds? He may not, but he makes up for whatever happened at the end by getting that many yards. Let's see if he does.
Wow.
Again, he just is able to
Nice.
get to the outside. He
Nice
puts his head
block.
down. He did fall on his backside just out of bounds. So.
Yeah, what I saw on that play was Seth Tyson just knocking his man to the ground. Just no defensive end out there at all to help on the play because he has a face full of number 72. Wow.
So
6'1", 242, but it's a forceful 242.
And the fake. And
Here's a good
Fritter is
play.
going to lose yards back to the 34-yard line. Getting in there quickly was Andrew Slatzer. We've called his name a lot tonight. And then he gets help from Jess Studer, who's back in there, by the way. Come out with a little bit of a cramp before and full go again.
Can't say I'm really surprised that Studer's back on the field.
Not at all. So it'll be, let's see what we got. 2nd down and 17. Clicking down toward the 4-minute mark. Sands cuts up behind some blockers, and he'll get inside the 30. Down to about the 29. It'll be 3rd down now at about 12, and we got a timeout called, player down. And we will take timeout while that player is attended to. Tri-Valley up by 10 and driving once again. Back after this. Back at Sheridan High School, it'll be 4th down and about a long 6 for Tri-Valley. They're up by 10. Coach, what do you do here?
I'm going to roll to the right and throw the football.
Because the clock's going to stop. If you don't get it, it's going to stop anyway.
That's right.
So it opens up that passing game again. 2 backs with Fritter in the backfield. He is going to throw. He's got a receiver. That's Williams on that slant again.
That's
he
the
scored
same
on.
play they scored on.
And a big 1st down for Tri-Valley inside the 15. Still can get another 1st down close to the goal line, but that pass to Williams, they've thrown it twice, 2 big important times. It's worked both times.
Both times. I mean, he's wide open both times. The ball's right on the money, timing pattern. He breaks over the middle, and the ball hits him in the chest.
Plus, you need a receiver on that, coach, that is not afraid.
Oh, baby. Run over the middle, you bet.
See, try to keep your arms just as long as they are, because sometimes they get a little shorter in those situations.
Baby. Alligator arms tend to break out big time in the middle.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 11. Sands going to run up the middle, and Sheridan taking some chances, and that time Sands won that game. Big gain on 1st down as the clock will tick down. And You can see his linemen still working hard out there.
And they are. I'm going to have to.
Jake Priest, by the way, helping out on that one.
We've seen 2 outstanding efforts by offensive lines 2 weeks in a row. Last week it was Kirksville's offensive line.
Yes, it was.
Shockton. And tonight, the Tri-Valley Scotties offensive line looks like they put into work this weekend practice, and they came out meaning business, and they have all night.
If we had a game ball, we don't have the budget for a game ball, but we would give it to the Tri-Valley linemen. And I believe they just helped their player get into the end zone again. Haven't seen a call yet.
Well, there it is.
There it is. And so into the end zone. And they'll be helped off as Sands gets in. And he followed some of those big guys up front. Helping push his way in was Andy Hill. So another big touchdown. I don't think people around town are going to believe that Tri-Valley put this many points on the board against this Sheridan defense.
You know, to kind of steal a quote from somebody else more important than me, any given Friday night in the MVL,
no, that's right.
You can just have any outcome you can think of.
The kick from Caden Bay is up and good. 2:03 remaining in this one, but Tri-Valley has stretched it out. They lead it now 38-21 here at Sheridan. Morgan Williamson will kick it off tonight. Boy, he's going to have to ice down his leg when he gets home. A lot of kickoffs tonight. He also made a 33-yard field goal to help his squad. But Tri-Valley pretty much nailed it down with that touchdown drive. Ranth's going to take the kickoff, and he'll get it out over the 20-yard line, just inside 2 minutes to go now for the Sheridan offense. But tell you, it has been, as we watch Ranth again on the return, this, you said it, Coach, the Tri-Valley offensive line, they get a little extra helping at the team dinner this week.
You know, no doubt about that. I just had a real brief time before the game to talk with Coach Fell, and exactly what he told me is, he couldn't have said it any better if he'd written a book. He said, we just need to be consistent. We can't be inconsistent tonight, and they have been consistently good in all phases of the game.
Pump fake.
Pick.
They're looking deep, and is it picked off?
You bet.
It is. He's been threatening to do it all night.
Yes, he has.
This time, Jalen Goins-Chandler jumps right in there. They were trying to get a little bit of a wheel going.
Well, he read the quarterback's eyes. He saw that coming and came back from his safety position and had that. He read that thing like a book on about the first grade level, and he was all over that thing.
And that'll pretty much salt it away, as now Tri-Valley will, I think they can, if my math is correct, although it's ticking down now. We'll see how it goes. I've done this before and been wrong, so I'm just being careful.
I can say that is a phrase I've never used if my math is correct.
The default position for me is no, by the way. So big interception, and Tri-Valley going to hand it off up the middle. And first carry tonight for Dalton Hazen. Hazen, a junior. As they're going to Sands the night off now. What a game he had. He's been used to kind of the two-headed monster, and tonight he did it on his own, along with Aiden Fritter, who also rushed well tonight.
I was going to say, I hope my foot hurts like Aiden Fritter's foot.
Yeah,
hurts,
exactly.
Because that guy.
If it slowed him down, wow. And he's made some good throws.
He has.
That's his back leg on his throwing. Now he's going to take a knee and let that clock run down. And Tri-Valley crowd cheering across the way. They'll head back toward Dresden and parts around there.
I think
after a huge win for the Scotties tonight.
I think I saw where they're like 13th in the computer poll.
They won't be this week. This will be a lot of points.
There'll be a lot of points, and where they can make that top 8, remains to be seen. But Right now, this is a great win. First place is knotted now in the MVL with at least 3 teams.
The
depending
Generals
on what
are,
else happens in the league tonight. But
that's right. And the Generals are within the top 8, so we'll see what happens to them. But it is a big, big win. Tri-Valley's lost a couple of games coming into this, which is not usual for them, but they find a way to do it. And tonight, Coach, early on in the game, it was that balance of pass and run. As the game wound down, the run took over against a defense that's used to stopping the run, but Tri-Valley dominated on that side of the ball tonight.
Absolutely. You know, we marveled at the play calling for Tri-Valley. It was so balanced and kept the Sheridan's defense off balance all night in that first half. I mean, in the second half, and it was just, here we come, tighten them down, boys, because we're going to run the ball every time. And it's quite a game for the Tri-Valley Scotties, a game they knew they had to have. And this has been quite a tradition in the MVL. Tri-Valley and Sheridan have taken turns breaking each other's hearts on the home team's field. So right now, Tri-Valley has tied up the MVL race big time, and they're right there in the middle of it.
So everybody has at least one loss at the top of the league standings. Last year with Sheridan, a 1-point win, 20-19 at Tri-Valley. Tri-Valley, as you said, Coach, turns around and gets the win tonight. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at Sheridan High School. The final score, Tri-Valley 38, Sheridan 21. For my broadcast partner, as always, the coach, Doug Clifford, I'm Kevin Rouch. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Brian. Kevin Rouch, along with the coach, Doug Clifford. Coach, tonight, these two teams, well, we've been pointing to this game for a while, Tri-Valley here at Sheridan. They did not disappoint, but in a way we didn't expect. We didn't expect to see this much offense tonight.
No, I didn't expect anybody to have over 21 points. I thought the game would be extremely close.
You see Aiden Fritter getting the scoring started for Tri-Valley on that zone read. He was banged up a couple of weeks ago. He's played ever since, has not taken himself out, scores again to put his team up by a couple of touchdowns. And we were a little surprised at that point just how easy it was. Sheridan's defense, though, ended up toughening up, giving themselves chances. And here's Landon Russell on a nicely designed play.
Oh, that was a great play. Great fake up the middle to Munyon. Threw the ball to the outside, powered his way into the end zone. Nice job that time.
And so, again, Sheridan able to get themselves back on the board. But right before the half, this was a tough one as Keaton Williams on the slant. Only 1.3 seconds when he put the ball in the end zone. Coach, that is so hard going to the locker room.
Well, I give that big pass to get him down there. Now this reverse play. Wow, what a run.
Ramped for Sheridan, and big fella showed some speed, just outran everybody. 80 yards he went to get his squad back into it. And, again, people just taking bad angles. He was so tall, they figure he can't be that fast.
Great play call that time. This is my favorite catch of the night by Lucan Hill.
Lucan Hill. Seen him on the basketball court do just that at 6'5". He went up and got it. And again, Sheridan threatening to get right back into it. But there's a fellow that all night long in Sands got his yardage and really made it tough behind those offensive linemen. And that's who we want to talk about the most, coaches, that offensive line for Tri-Valley. At the end of the night, that was the squad that got things done, as you see the scoring there by a quarter. But, again, their offensive line. Coach, talk a little bit about that.
Second half, I think those guys really took charge of the game. I don't know what was said to them at halftime, but the challenge must have been made. Fellas, we're going to run the ball the rest of the game, and run it they did. A great job of that offensive line.
This loss tonight by Sheridan means the leaders in the league have one loss. We got a long way to go in this one. 38-21, Tri-Valley wins it here at Sheridan.